Hi everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a book tag video to share with you. So this video is actually going to combine two separate book tags because I just wanted to do both of them, so why not put them in one video? I thought that would also be like the easiest, and that way you get all of my answers. So the first book tag I'm going to do is the beginning of the year book tag. This was actually created from Larry. The day that I'm filming this, she posted this tag, and I really liked a lot of the questions because I didn't do a 2024 like a bookish goals video for you guys. I did one over on my Patreon where I really dived into work life content creation, like goals, I guess you could say. So for this video, I just wanted to do that whole tag because I really like the questions. Now, the other tag is the Share the Booktube Love tag. This book tag was actually created by Bex from Bex Reads. I'll have her linked in the description box below. Now, hers is for Valentine's Day, which if you're watching this on Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. I have red, pink nails, red lipstick. It's just a vibe today, okay? That's what I'm going for. And this book tag is specifically to shout out booktubers that are under 5K, under 5,000 subscribers, which I really love to do. So it's sharing the love. Now, every booktuber that I talk about in this video will be tagged in the description box below, so you can go give them a subscribe and follow them because I love their content for the different reasons for this tag. But we're going to go ahead and start with the beginning of the year book tag because the last couple questions kind of transition into the Share the Love book tag. So we're just combining things. Don't you just love that? So I have my phone here. I did take a screenshot of the tag. There is a lot of questions that Larry created, which I'm not mad about. I'm very happy to sit here and dive in. I did have my answers for some of these questions written down. Some I don't, so it's gonna be, we're just gonna wing it, okay? The first question is, how many books are you planning on reading this year? My plan is to at least get to 200. On Goodreads, I did 150. That was my Goodreads goal this year, just because I felt like that was more manageable. But in my reading journal, I have 200. That is my goal. I think in 2023, I read about 260. And my reading really has tapered off. I've been reading like longer books, and it's been taking me longer to read books. So I figured 200 was a good goal. Like anywhere between 150 and 200, I will be more than happy with, if that makes sense. The next question is most anticipated releases of the year. So one of my most anticipated was House of Flame and Shadow, and that just came out in January. Read it in one day. Absolutely loved it. Now, the other two that I can think of right off the top of my head is Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. I love the Boys of Tommen series. It was one of my all-time favorite series. I will never stop talking about that series. I have them right behind me right here. Taming 7 is Gypsy and Claire's story, so I'm very excited for them. And Magnolia Park's Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. So this is the third Magnolia and BJ book, and it's the fifth book in this series, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's the fifth book in the series, the third and final book for BJ and Magnolia, their love story, which I'm wearing my Magnolia sweatshirt. I love Magnolia Parks, okay? I really do love her. I just reread Long Way Home in preparation because this comes out on the 13th. So by the time you're seeing this video, it's already out. I have to pre-film because I'm going out of town. But I will be reading Into the Dark as soon as it comes out. I'm so ready. My body and soul is ready, okay? The next question is a book on your physical TBR you probably won't ever read. So I have a ton of books, okay? Obviously, hello, welcome to my library. It goes from floor to ceiling. There's about 3 shelves you actually can't see from here up. This is the third shelf, and there's 2 other above it. So I have a lot of books. Have I read all of these books? No. Do I want to? Absolutely. But probably realistically, I probably won't read all of them. Probably because I try to only buy books that I know I'm going to read and I'm going to love, and or I've already read and loved. I've tried to cut back on that. Now, I do get some special editions I probably won't ever read just because I don't really know the books that are going to come. So the 2 that I have on my shelf that I'm probably not going to read is Heist and Forgery by Tate James. I have no desire to read that. That came in a Mystic box. It's a bi-monthly subscription, and I just haven't got to it, and I just probably won't. I read the description, and I was like, these really don't interest me, so I don't really know what I'm going to do with those special editions. Probably give them away or something. I don't know. Just I have no interest in that. A genre you'd like to read more of. Fantasy, true fantasy and historical fiction. I have read so many historical fiction books, in previous years, but in 2023, I read none. And that makes me sad. So I want to read more. Now, the next question goes with that. It says, what book made you want to try this genre? So historical fiction, because I've been reading it for so long, Angels of the Resistance by Noelle Salazar. I love Noelle Salazar so much as an author, and that book kind of really made me want to pick up more historical fiction. So that's for historical fiction. For fantasy, I did a come shop with me where I picked up some true fantasy. So I have The Priory of an Orange Tree right here on my shelf. I also have The City of Brass by S.A. Chara. I'm butchering that name. I apologize for that. But those are two that I wanted to pick up and read, as well as Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. I've just been seeing those books at Barnes & Noble. I finally picked them up. So that makes me want to read more fantasy because I haven't really read true fantasy before. A book you'll most likely reread, and that is House of Flame and Shadow. I'm already dying to reread that, and it came out less than 2 weeks ago. The next question is a book you wanted to get to in 2023 that you didn't, so now it's a priority in 2024. I think I made a whole 24 books to read in 2024 list, and some of those books were from my 2023. I will say I put some Beverly Jenkins on my 2023 books to read in 2023, and I did not get to her books. And it's because I barely read any historicals. I think I read 2 historicals in 2023. Historical romances, I should say. So I do want to get back into reading more historic romances. I read a couple in January, so I'm going to see if I can pick up some of the audiobooks through my library for Bev because I really love her writing. I love the way she tells a story. And yeah, her historic romances always hit for me, so I always know they're going to be a good one. The next question is a series you want to read this year. That is The Green Bones Saga by Fonda Lee. I actually picked up Jade City recently when I went to Barnes & Noble, and I've heard really good things, and I think the found family aspect is really drawing me to that series, so I'm very excited to get to that one at some point. I may or may not be doing a read-along for this series for the saga for the 3 books that are out, so coming soon maybe. The next question is an author you've never read before but want to try this year. This is hard. Obviously, Samantha Shannon for The Priory of an Orange Tree. Going along with the series that I want to read, obviously Fonda Lee. I've heard really good things about that series. Like Rachel Gillig was an author that I've been wanting to read, and I read the Shepherd King duet this year already, and I loved it, so that's one. The next question is an author you're probably not going to read more of this year. This is actually a hard one because I really try to give authors I try to give a lot of authors multiple chances to see if their writing is for me. And honestly, Rena Kent, I don't think me and Rena Kent get along. I don't particularly like her writing. I don't like the way she tells a story. That's personally just me. Honestly, it's a me thing. A lot of people have been telling me to read God of Fury, but the more I sit on it, the more I'm just I don't know. I really don't know if I'm actually even going to read that book. So it makes me sad because I know a lot of people love Rena Kent, so I have FOMO. But yeah, I probably won't read Rena Kent ever again. Sorry to say. A popular book I want to read. I do have a video coming soon where I'm exposing myself on all the books that I have not read, but one of those books is Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight. I think it's K.A. Knight. Is that her name? I think. I've been wanting to do a reading vlog specifically for this book because it's a why choose, but it's literally so unhinged. It's super dark, which I love dark romance, so I'm all ready for that. But I thought that would be a fun book to read just because it sounds completely unhinged and crazy. So the next question is a not popular book you want to read. So a lot of the times I get my recommendations because they're popular books and I'm like, ooh, let's pick it up, let's try it. So I don't really have one right off the bat. Let me see. Actually, a lot of people don't read Carla Nicole. I love Carla Nicole. She writes vampire romances, and she has a book that I have on my Kindle right now that was free, or it was a super low price, it was on sale, so I picked it up. It's called Vampires of Eden, Book 1, Oliver. So each book is going to be a different character that we follow. That is a very unpopular book that unpopular in the way that I never hear anyone talk about that book, but I really do want to read that sometime in February because I love her writing. So that's a non-popular book, one that more people need to read. More people need to read Carla Nicole in general, but one that's unpopular because I never hear anyone talk about it. An audiobook you want to listen to. I feel like this is very unfair because I primarily listen to audiobooks. So if I could literally get every single book I read in audiobook format, I would do that because I physically love reading along and listening to the audiobook. I feel like it just makes the reading experience so much better. But also at the same time, I like having an audiobook that I can switch to if I need to do chores around the house, if I can work and listen to an audiobook, or like take notes or do like work stuff, clean up my library, or I'm going somewhere I can pop in the audiobook too. So really all of them. And I know that's an unfair answer, but all of them. A book you want to read based on the cover, The Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I really love that cover, and that's the only reason why I picked it up, because Carrie Maniscalco and I did not get along with her Kingdom of the Wicked series, but I heard that this is a adult fantasy after I read it, so I'm like, you know what, we'll give it a try. But Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. The next question is a book to TV adaptation you're excited for. So a lot of people like to say like, oh, Bridgerton, which yes, I'm excited for Bridgerton, but the first season already came out, so it's like I already know what that is all about. But the ACOTAR adaptation, I'm excited for like a couple different reasons. One, I love that they're adapting fantasy romance books in general into TV shows and or movies. I love that. But also at the same time, I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Like, are they going to make it completely trash? Are they actually going to make it good? So I'm excited in that way, which is like a little weird for me to say. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited just to see what they're going to do about it. Like, honestly, what they're going to do with it. So something bookish you want to start doing this year. Okay, so journaling. I tried digital reading journaling last year. It did not work. I did a horrible job, okay? Horrible job keeping up with that. But over on my Patreon, I added another tier where one of the perks of that tier is you get to watch me journal in my reading journal every week or every 2 weeks. Max is every 2 weeks. If I have a lot of books to, put in my reading journal, it'll be every week. We're over a week into February and I've only read 3 books. So that journaling is going to take me like 15 minutes. So I like to have like at least 6 or 7 books to sit down and journal. So it's anywhere from like an hour and a half. Sometimes it's live stream. Sometimes I just film it and put like pretty music over it. So it's more of like an ASMR thing. But yeah, that's something I want to continue doing. I just started doing it and I've actually kept up with it and I like it. So that's something I definitely want to start doing, but also continue doing. Something bookish you want to stop doing this year. This is interesting because I don't know if other people have this problem, but I want to stop rushing books. So sometimes when I have a really big TBR or I have videos planned and those videos I have to read books for, like vlogs or recommendations videos, I want to see if I can add a book to. I feel like I rush certain books, like my current read, to get through that book to read the next book. And it's a constant cycle. I noticed myself doing that at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. And now my reading has slowed down a lot, but sometimes I still find myself like wanting to rush through a book instead of just like putting that book aside for a little bit and coming back to it another time when I have time to savor it. You know what I mean? Like What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. That book I put to the side. I started reading it at the end of January and I still haven't gone back to it just because I don't know if I wasn't feeling it, but I wanted to read other books. So I was like, you know what? It's okay to like put that aside for right now. So one thing is I just don't want to, I don't want to rush anymore. I don't want to rush through books because that affects my rating. Then I don't like the books. Then I'm mad that I spent time reading that book when I could have been reading something else. This cycle goes. So a 2024 bookish goal. So a bookish goal for me is to just be happy with the content that I create across all platforms. So I obviously on YouTube, obviously on Instagram, and obviously over with my reels. So on Instagram, I could easily just pop up a photo, me holding a book with my bookshelves. You know what I mean? But I feel like I mean, like it's pretty and it's cute, but I want to start doing like more things. So I want to start doing like outfit poses, outfit stuff, more like themed photos, if that makes sense. And I started doing that. And even though that means I post less often, I'm happy with the content that I'm creating. So I hope that makes sense. A 2024 Booktube goal. I don't really have a lot of Booktube goals other than to continuously post at least twice a week. So far, I've been doing 3. I think 1 or 2 weeks so far. I've only done 2. But yeah, that's a Booktube goal. And I want to do more vlogs, but vlogs where I'm happy with the vlogs that I'm doing. So that's kind of a 2-for-1 Booktube goal. So a 2024 non-bookish goal. I want to travel more. And I feel like this is like being manifested. I have a couple of trips like in the works that I'm very excited about. I'm going to Hawaii with my parents this summer. That is like not the final, but like my brother's graduating high school. He's going into his senior year. So we want to do like a really big trip before he goes into his senior year. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, just like traveling more and stuff like that. Describe how you want 2024 to go in one word. Honestly, balance. Like with grace and balance. That's how I want 2024 to go. I don't want to be rushed. I don't want to be like pressured. I just want to be happy. positive, with grace. I want everything to be balanced. I've said that previously, I think. So yeah, those are good words. Booktube creators who inspire you. I watch a lot of Booktube. I don't really watch a lot of TV, but like while I work, if I can't listen to an audiobook, I will pop on some Booktube. I will just go on my subscription feed from the very top, from whatever day has been posted, you know, whatever day it is, and just start watching top to bottom. I don't always comment because it just like goes from one to another. So sometimes I will go back to my history and like, if I remember, comment like a comment from that video as I was watching it. But I mean, a lot of people really inspire me. I have like friends obviously that inspire me. Jess inspires me a lot just because she's been on Booktube for so long. Victoria from Victoria's Romance Reads, she has a lot of cool content and themed vlogs that she does. Honestly, like so many people do. So I don't really have like a specific person, just a lot. And the last question is something you want to say to anyone who is starting a Booktube channel. Jess and I, we have a podcast called The Bookish Life of Jess and Tori, and we talk about this in one episode of like starting a Bookstagram or a Booktube channel is just do it. One thing I regret that my husband loves to point out is that, oh, you should have started your Booktube channel when I told you at the beginning of 2020. And I didn't start my channel until the end of 2020. So November of 2020, that's when I started it. Now, I don't regret those months because it took me a while for me to be okay with like sitting in front of a camera and talking and having my personality come out and not being like a robot, because like that's natural that when you sit down, you just want to talk like this, you know what I mean? And that's natural, but just do it because that's never going to go away. Like, I don't know anyone who can sit down in front of a camera that's never done it before and be so natural. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would just say do it. It's going to be awkward at first, but just film a couple videos. You don't even have to post them, okay? Or you can post them, and once you get going, you can private them because they were just like you felt awkward in them. That's the trick I do. So that's just some, words of wisdom from someone who was scared to do it because I didn't feel confident, but I wish I would have done it earlier, even by a couple of months, because I feel like, it would have brought more joy to my life than starting it in November, if that makes sense. Now, I'm going to move over to the Share the Booktube love tag. Like I said, this was created by Bex from Bex Reads. So basically, she's given me like 10 prompts. She's given everyone 10 prompts. And within these 10 prompts, it's like, you can name one or two booktubers under 5K. So I'll have the questions in the description box below, as well as the people I talk about. So the first prompt is booktubers with the best filming background. So I personally love the like clean girl aesthetic one. Like, I don't know. I'm not that girl. I wish I could be. I'm not that clean girl aesthetic. I wish I had that, but I don't. Okay. But Zay from Witty Reads, which number one, she just started her Booktube channel like recently, like within the last couple of months. So definitely go follow her. I absolutely adore her. But also number two, I love how just like simplistic her background is. Her, like I could listen to her talk forever. Her voice is so like natural and just like soothing. I could say a lot about her, but I do like her background. Also, Elle from Read Over Heels with Elle. I love her background because she has a very like simplistic shelves. You can see the books behind her. I just like the way that it's like, it just works for her and I like it. I like watching her videos and it's just aesthetically pleasing to me. Like that's obviously personal choice, but prompt number two is booktubers with the best editing. Okay, number one, best editing is Desiree from Desiree Alicia, okay? She does some booktube content. She used to have a booktube channel and she's more like lifestyle now. I don't even care. I still will watch her because she'll still post like some type of bookish content, whether that's like in her vlogs and stuff. She is a genius when it comes to the filming, to the editing, to make her videos just look like a literally a like $1,000 company did it for you. I don't know. I love her stuff. So anytime one of her videos pops up in my feed, I make sure to watch it, or if I miss it, go back and watch it because I love the vibe of it. I love her vibe. Another person who does amazing editing is Tiffany from Tiff Talks Pages. Okay, if you don't follow Tiffany, go follow her. Number one, I love her. She's a beautiful soul. Okay, number two, she, like, the way that she takes times in filming things and then editing them to make them so aesthetically pleasing to you as a viewer. Like, when I vlog, I'm like, like, trying to, I'm not a professional, but Tiffany does it in a way, like, even if she does film something like that, she edits it to where it still looks amazing, okay? I also love her background. She's another person who has amazing background and lighting and all of the above, and I love the way that she talks about books as well, so go follow her if you don't already. Prompt number two is booktubers with the coolest intro. So I don't know if you mean like intro, like, hi, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, welcome back to my channel, like that intro, or like music intro. I don't know. But the person that I have for this category is April from Happily Ever April. I like it because her intros always make me laugh. It's like a little glimpse into what her video is gonna be. She'll like take something from the like middle of her video and put it towards the beginning so you kind of know what you're getting. I don't know. I know a lot of people do that, but I literally yesterday just watched one of her videos. I went back and did like a Booktube catch up yesterday, and I just immediately thought of her and I liked the way that she does things. So we're gonna go with her because I really do like her. Prompt number 4 is booktubers with the best recommendations. So I mean, honestly, like I get recommendations from every single person in my subscription feed, but the two that stand out are Christy from Christy Reads a Lot and Melissa from Bookbar. Because one, Christy reads so damn much that like, if she reads a book that I want to read and she doesn't like it, I'm going to say, nah, okay, I'm not going to read that one. Because if she didn't like it, I'm probably not going to like it, right? But if she reads a book and she's like, no, this was amazing, then I'm going to be like, oh, we're moving that up on my TBR, okay? Now, Melissa, she doesn't read, she reads a lot, don't get me wrong, but I like Melissa because she gives me recommendations for books I wouldn't actually pick up myself. So like Unsteady by Peyton Corinne, like that was on my radar, but she read it and absolutely loved it. I actually saw her review because she posts her reviews on Instagram first, like before her wrap-ups or whatever. And I was like, oh, I gotta move this up. And that was one of my favorite books of 2023. So I love both of them for that. So prompt number 5 is booktuber currently at the top of your watch feed. I have a lot of people, but when Manda from Ginger Snapped Reads always posts a video, I make sure I can watch it. Same thing with Daphne from Being Daphne because she blends like booktube content with lifestyle content really, really well. Also, I'm just like in love with her life. Like she lives in New York City and I want to be her when I grow up. I just love that. She posts all about that. Like her outfits are always so freaking amazing. I'm like, I want to live your life. Okay. Prompt number 6 is booktubers that make the best vlogs. Number 1 person, Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings. She puts so much time and effort into her vlogs and the way that she talks about books in those vlogs. I don't even care if they're an hour long. Okay. I will watch her stuff. Also, someone who has really interesting vlog content, like creates like new ideas, is Monica from Pardon This Book Addict. I really like the themes of her vlogs as well. Like she does just new things, so that's why I watch those. So those are just 2 people. Obviously both of those are my friends, so I do love them as well. Prompt number 7 is booktubers with the best thumbnails. Okay, Deja from Deja's Book World, okay? That is the only person I wrote down. I aspire to have the thumbnails she does, okay? I aspire to have the thumbnails she does. I absolutely love her. Prompt number 8 is booktubers you've discovered recently. So the 2 that I've discovered recently is Tanya from Tanya's Turning Pages. I started watching her videos. I like the aesthetic of hers. I like the way she talks about books. So since I've recently subscribed to her, I'm working on catching up on some of her backlist videos. And then Christy from Christy Hannah. She's someone I recently subscribed to like just a couple weeks ago, but I like her thumbnails, her aesthetic, her vibe. I'm watching more of her videos as well. Prompt number 9 is booktubers who make you laugh. Okay, the one person, B from Mama Needs to Read Romance. If you do not follow B, I need everyone to go follow her, okay? I love her. She makes me laugh out loud. Her reels, her shorts on Instagram, on YouTube, all of the above. She is hilarious. I love her. I absolutely adore her. And she's like unapologetic herself. And I love that. Prompt number 10 is tag some booktubers to share the love. I will have all of these booktubers tagged in the description box below, as well as other booktubers I think you should follow, other friends, other just people I think that deserve more love and attention and views, because I do watch a lot. Like I said, that's my TV. That's what I do, is I watch a lot of the booktube content. So thank you guys so much for watching this tag video. I really hope you enjoyed. Drop me a red heart emoji in the comments down below for Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.